Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're reading from A Day at a Time, February 18th, Reflection for the Day. We learn in recovery that we cannot punish anyone without punishing ourselves. The release of my tensions, even justified in a punishing way, leaves behind the dregs of bitterness and pain. This was the monotonous story of my life before I came to recovery. So in my new life, I do well to consider the long-range benefits of simply owning my emotions, naming them, and thus releasing them. Does the voice of my higher power have a chance to be heard over my reproachful shouting? Today I pray, may I avoid name-calling, ego-crushing exchanges. If I am angry, may I try to assign my anger to what someone did instead of what someone is. May I refrain from downgrading, lashing out at character flaws, or mindless abuse. May I count on my higher power to show me the way. Today I will remember to deal with anger appropriately. Yeah, this one can be really hard when the anger is really hot because someone actually did something that was wrong and we want justice. It's an instinct within us to want to right a wrong, to want to give justice where an injustice has occurred. And that's something that is like, there's a lawnmower outside. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's not even mine. We are called to go beyond justice in the Christian life. And in Peter Kreif's book, Back to Virtue, which knocked my socks off. If anyone's looking for a good philosophical read with some humor in it, Peter Kreif never disappoints. But if there is something odd about the Christian life, it is this. And it is that it is actually, because of the dignity of the human person, simple justice is not sufficient. That we are called to treat each other with mercy, something that goes beyond justice, and that itself is just because of who the human person is. So I'll say that one more time, that the call of the Christian life is to supersede justice. If someone does you a wrong, justice would be to right the wrong, for that person to suffer the consequence of having done wrong. But Christian mercy calls for forgiveness and a letting go of wrongs. Not to say that what you did was okay, not to let someone off the hook. You name what they did, you let them know what they did. But you release that right to judgment and justice, leaving it in God's hands. Because that's the call. Because you would desire the same thing to be done to you. And because truly, that act of judgment, of final judgment on a person's character, is so beyond our capacity to do well. And they say that sort of simply here. They say that what someone does Let me see if I can find the line. They say something about not lashing out at someone's character, that it's something that they've done and not who they are. They say that may I try to assign my anger to what someone did instead of what someone is. And I'm gonna level that up because I'm a mindset coach, darn it. And I would argue that it's actually your thinking about what they did that is creating the anger you feel within you. Because people do crazy stuff all the time. People do rude or unkind things all the time. And I bet if you think about it, you can realize that sometimes they do it and you're able to blow it off and be like, well, that person's crazy. Or that was uncalled for, or that was silly, or where did that come from? And other times you jump in it and you're like, hey, like, you can't talk that way to me, or something like that. And it's because if we could slow it down enough, it's because we think something about what they did. We think something about what they've said. So we're not even actually, I would get you'll get a lot of pushback from this, but it's true if you really slow it down enough, that you're not angry, that your anger is not a direct result of what they did, but is in fact a direct result of the thought you're thinking about what they did. And your thinking is within your locus of control. Your thinking is something that you have power over. You have power to change the way that you're thinking about something once you realize that you are thinking that thought. And that's the power of mindset work. That's the power of this coaching thing. And that is what has the capacity to change your life, because no longer do you need to be at the mercy of other people's actions. No longer is your emotional response tied into what other people do, but is solely attached to how you choose to think about what they do. But that is a skill that needs to be learned, because as we grow up, we just bounce around. We react to things. We think that someone does something, I feel this way. Because our minds work so quickly, we're not even seeing the fact, we're not aware of the fact that we're actually thinking a thought that is leading us to feel that way. And if we don't like feeling that way, we can actually change the way that we choose to think about something. And I can tell you that freedom lies in choosing to see someone with eyes of compassion and mercy. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you're here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.